She believed she was pregnant, but an x-ray revealed the horrifying news. Hey there, welcome back to our channel, where we bring you some of the strangest and most mind-boggling stories from real-life people. Most women, if not all, surely dreamt of having a family, especially a child, which is why when one woman's tummy started growing, she was happy beyond words. But then her happiness quickly turned into her worst nightmare when she noticed her tummy kept growing more than usual. It was inexplicable. A 24-year-old woman from Mexico had all her hopes gone when the situation got worse and worse. Soon, the woman had trouble doing even the simplest of things like walking, eating, and breathing, until she was finally rushed to the General Hospital of Mexico. At first glance, anyone would definitely guess that the woman was heavily pregnant and carrying twins or maybe even triplets. Her stomach had grown into an enormous sphere, and no one could explain why. It was a mystery. Once at the hospital, the 24-year-old woman saw physician Dr. Eric Hansen Viana. He immediately sent her off for x-rays. When they came back, they revealed a frightening diagnosis. The woman could not believe the results. She had an ovarian cyst that had grown to gigantic proportions. The cyst was so large that it had already started to crush other organs in the woman's body. There was a high risk of her to have a heart attack due to the pressure from the size of the cyst. Therefore, an emergency operation was needed and fast. They didn't have any idea how much time was left before it could be too late. According to Dr. Viana, it was the biggest cyst he had operated on, and it was so large that it took up 95% of the patient's abdomen. It's really rare to operate on a cyst that big. It had a whopping measurement of half a meter in diameter, and the circumference was 157 centimeters. There were two options: either drain the cyst slowly in liquid and then do a surgery, or a direct surgical removal of the cyst in its entirety, each having their own advantages and disadvantages. Although it would leave a large scar and the operation was risky, the woman chose the latter option. However, Dr. Viana had something that worried him. To remove the whole cyst is also difficult because the cyst wall is less than 1 millimeter thin. It needs to be prevented from drying out. Otherwise, it could easily break too. Therefore, they had to proceed with caution. Since up to 20% of giant cysts are malignant, a ruptured cyst could lead to a potentially tumorous cells leaking into the patient's body. But the doctors did an amazing job. The operation was completed without complications, and fortunately, the cyst was safely removed. It weighed a massive 70 pounds, equivalent to about 10 newborn babies. After the surgery, the woman's stomach immediately shrunk to normal size. 2 days later, she was able to leave the hospital comfortably and 70 pounds lighter. The 24-year-old was also left with much excess skin in her abdomen, but it was a small price to pay for being able to keep her life. 6 months later, she returned to the hospital for a follow-up. She was fully recovered, she could stand upright, walk like a normal person, and was living a normal life once again. A big part of what we do is the gratification you feel when you could change a person's life completely, and knowing they would never forget you, even if they forget to say thank you, said Dr. Viana. If it was not for the doctor's quick thinking and precise work, this woman's life could have been lost. Please don't forget to share this story to your family and friends to pay tribute to all the amazing doctors and nurses out there who are doing everything in their power to save lives day in and day out. Thanks for watching until the end. If you were amazed with this woman's story, then there's more